Hello and good evening, everybody, ladies and gentlemen. And Taurus, welcome to another reading after the full moon in Taurus that we had a few days back, I would say. So I'm going to do a quick reading. I don't know if it's going to be quick, but yeah, let's see what happens. But I'm going to use just one deck this time to get the entire message out, okay, so that we have a final message in the story for you, Taurus, and then we'll go from there. Okay, so hang on with me till I shuffle the cards, cut it 3 times, and I'm going to flip the cards. So whatever comes up in the upright will be upright, whatever comes up in the reverse will be in the reverse for you. Okay, but we'll see. We'll see, guys. All right. There we go. 3 times cut. Let's see what universe, the spirit world, has to tell you, Taurus, during this period in time. Listen carefully to the messages. Know what to do. So that you know what to do. And don't do what is not meant to be done for you. Okay. And I'm going to clarify with the same deck as well. But first I'm going to lay out my cards to understand a little bit of your situation before I do the clarification for you, Taurus. Okay, hold on. So these two wanted to come out. All right, let's go from there. And don't worry if you cannot see the cards. Well, I'm going to talk about it. All right. And I won't just go into the details of every card, but I'll just give you the message, what I see here. And whatever resonates with your understanding, Taurus, will be for you. If the story is not for you, then please don't bother about this reading, okay? Because not every Taurus will be in the reading that I do all the time. All right, so I've got the base cards out, but I'm going to use the same deck as I said for the clarification purpose. Let me pull down the camera a little bit. Maybe that will make this a little bit more clear for you to see the story if you can. If not, don't bother about it. You will understand if this reading is for you or not. So I've got 10 cards out at this point. In the first part, you have the 6 of Wands, the 4 of Swords, the Ace of Cups in the reverse, and the 10 of Cups upright. Okay. So you are definitely contemplating on some kind of a success story in your life, Taurus, at this point. right? That success could be related with your professional life or your personal and endeavor. Anything could be business related, home related, anything that is talking about some kind of a success in your life because there is a lack of love at this point. With the Ace of Cups in the reverse, there is definitely a lack of love. That love could be a lack of love. Everything is leaking at this point. That could be leaking from your end, or it could have been leaking from somebody else's part of the story. But what you definitely want is to override that lack of sentiment, right? In order to get a complete success in your life with the Ten of Cups. Now, the Ten of Cups is talking about full contentment, happiness of a family situation in your life. That possibly could be lacking at this point in time for whosoever this reading is for at this point, is what I'm getting. But you definitely want to override something. You're not taking action right away, Taurus, is what I see. You're not jumping into any kind of action because there is no action card here at this point. So you're definitely not jumping into any kind of action right away, but your mind is thinking about something, some kind of a lack of sentiment where there is a leak, or you yourself could be engrossed in some kind of self-love for yourself. It can be anything that you do not want to share that self-love with somebody in your life unless you know that you're going to get complete satisfaction out of that situation. That also could be a part of the story, okay? But you're definitely not, right away, you're definitely not moving. That much is a certain. The second part of this story says the Princess of Pentacles in the reverse, the Nine of Swords in the reverse, and the Hangman in the reverse. Okay, which is clear indication that you're refusing to act upon something right away. Right? You know there is a lack of manifestation, or that somebody could be bringing you some kind of a message, a very negative message that concerns your practical well-being. Somebody could be telling you that you are no longer required in this situation, or you're not being able to do something good in your life at this point in time. Somebody who is being very immature, or is bringing you some immature kind of a message for you that is making you feel immature, that you have not acted with your maturity, or you have not had enough maturity in yourself. Somebody could be telling you that you have not had enough maturity in yourself to have taken the right decision. And that is something that could be really making you feel very bad. With the Nine of Swords in the reverse, you're trying to fight that story off. You're trying to tell yourself that you haven't done anything wrong intentionally, maybe. But again, we'll clarify. But again, that message is here that you have not had enough maturity in yourself to have been wise about situation or a situation in your life. That could be because right in the center of your reading, you have the Nine of Swords in the reverse, which is a clear indication that you're not feeling good about something in your mind. Your mind is disturbed, right? Your mind is disturbed because of some message or some story or some kind of an information that is coming to you or will come to you where you are to sorry excuse me, you are to be blamed for it, or they are blaming you that you have not been matured enough to take the right decision in life. So therefore, with the hangman in the reverse, you're kind of hanging, right? You know, but also the fact is that you're not acting on it right now is because you could be stubborn about that situation. You're not ready to accept the fact that you have not done things in the right way. That also can be a story for some of you, but you're not ready to bend down and say, yes, I'm sorry. Maybe it was not the right thing I have done, you know, though I know it, though you know it all, but you're not saying it, or you're not showing your response to that situation. But at the same time, your mind is fighting that situation, that you're not ready to accept that defeat, that you have not been wise and mature about a situation, and therefore you are showing up here as a very stubborn kind of a personality, knowing it all but not voicing it out or not doing anything about it at this point. Okay. The next part of this situation is the Two of Swords in the reverse and the Seven of Cups in the reverse. So you're not thinking about it. You're showing the world that you're not thinking about it. Whatever has happened has happened. That you're trying to ignore that situation. You're not bothered about it, more so. But at the same time, with the Seven of Cups in the reverse, you are also being delusional. That you're thinking that if you show, okay, let me put it that way, that if you show that you're not bothered about that, whatever the story is over here, that you're not bothered, you're not affected by somebody telling you something that you do not like, that you're not bothered about it, but it is where the delusion is. You're being overly delusional about the fact that nobody can see through it. That you're showing the world you're not bothered, you're not wanting to think about it, but at the same time, that is a part of your delusion, because whatever you're trying to project to the world, you think you're showing is not the reality, and you think you can cover it up by feigning or, by showing your ignorance about the situation, but that is your part of the delusion that you have assumed you can use to cover up your part of the story. You see, Taurus, if that makes sense to you. The last is the Nine of Pentacles in the reverse. So there is a loss of money, a loss of success in your life. It also could be that some of you have been overly greedy about material part of the story in your life. It also could mean that some of you have lost a lot of money, either in your professional or personal life. Or for some, it could mean that you're attached to a lot of greed in the material world. We'll see what the story is all about, right? But you're trying to feign ignorance in here, but you think you can do that and walk away with it. That's not going to happen. That's a part of your delusion that you are projecting, to everybody. But in reality, people will see through that. That's what it is, okay? Reality is a little different from what you think is something you can get away with it. Okay, let's look at the Six of Wands in the reverse. Now let's look at the clarifier here, okay? Wow, Taurus. Yeah, okay. So with the King of Swords in the reverse, the King of Cups in the reverse, Lovers in the reverse, and Moon in the reverse, it clearly says that, it's something that you are not being emotionally intelligent about. And that part of the story, Taurus, is what I'm seeing here, is that you are not strategizing, you're not talking about it, but at the same time, you're emotionally trying to manipulate your mind into believing something that is not true. That also can be a part of the story. What it is the Lovers in the reverse. The Lovers in the reverse is clearly telling me that there is some kind of a disbalance in your relationship. That relationship could be your personal or professional. It can be anything for anyone. Okay? You're there's a lot of pretense that I'm getting, Taurus, that you're trying to pretend what is not right. You know that, but you're pretending that everything is okay. You know what I mean? It's a kind of a pretense that you're showing to the world, but you know in reality, not everything is okay. Not everything is okay at this point. Please talk to me about the King of Swords in the reverse and the King of Cups in the reverse. Yeah, see the Four of Cups. You're very, very, there is a, yeah, the four, yeah, see what is happening. Okay, let me put it that way here, Taurus, for you. You're not saying a lot of things. Really, your mind is kind of broken at this point. Like you don't want to say it, you don't want to voice it, but your emotion is getting the better of you. You're very sad at this point. You're not happy about something. Some kind of a situation is not a happy situation for you. And you're stuck in that apathy of emotions with the Four of Cups. And that shows that you are probably thinking that you had better opportunities before that you have not used. Right? Or you had better chances before that you have lost. Or that somebody had given you something before or had made an offer to you before, but you were too focused on situations in your life that concerned your emotions, but those emotions were empty emotions. And therefore, you have missed that offer that had come to you at one point in time. Because your concentration was on something that you wanted, but you were not getting. So you were more fixed on those aspects of your life emotionally where you had not got something. Or you wanted it badly, but you did not get it. And in the process, what has happened, Taurus, is that you missed out on something very nice and good in your life that was there for you. But you had either ignored it or neglected it, or you had turned your back towards that kind of a good emotion that you probably had or was offered, and you did not acknowledge that. So this is something your mind, your mind feels bad about this whole situation here today. Because you're probably going back to something in your life, maybe unknowingly or knowingly, that energy is there, right? That is catching up with you, that you have missed out something because you did not pay attention. Your attention was more on something that was empty, and yet you were trying to get it. So in the process, you missed out the good part, the good story in your life. And that's what your mind is telling you today, which is making you kind of sad. Kind of sad, right? And this is where, with the King of Cups in the reverse and the Four of Pentacles in the reverse, you're very insecure about something, Taurus. Very insecure. You're not saying that. You're not voicing it out. You're keeping it all to yourself or all within yourself. You're not letting it out, but it's there. And what you're not letting it out is what you have missed out in your life because of your own ignorance and neglect, maybe for some of you. Right? So, with the lovers in the reverse and the Ace of Cups in the reverse, there is definitely a lack of love or a lack of balance in a relationship that you have at this point in time where you're not getting what you want, is what I'm looking at. Please talk to me about the lovers in the reverse. Yeah, good. Okay, something good now. So what Spirit is telling you, I'll tell you in a moment, guys. Okay. So definitely this is something that you are aware of, but like I said, you are keeping everything very closed within yourself. You're not telling anyone, you're not sharing it, you're not voicing it. Right? You're not voicing it. So what is happening is in here, the Eight of Pentacles, right? So what Spirit is saying is, okay, we get it. We get it that you're not happy, that you're very sad. In the sense, your mind is playing all kinds of tricks within you, kind of a thing, emotional tricks more so, I would say, that is making you feel very insecure at this point in time. But with the Eight of Pentacles upright, it says that you can always change yourself. You don't have to get stuck in that energy all the time. Even if it's there, even if it's showing up, you can fight it out. You know what I mean? If you wish to, of course. It's your free will. So if you want, work towards something that will work for you. And what is going to work for you is strength upright. So what you're going to work for is to get back your strength. Now strength, this kind of a strength and courage could be mental, could be emotional. It also could mean physical for some of you, right? It also could mean physical for some of you, like you need a lot of courage, a lot of guts, a lot of energy to project your courage, your determination, your compassion, your love. So you can be focused on that more so with the Six of Cups, because you do have some kind of a connection in here that is going to allow your courage or allow you to rejuvenate yourself if you focus on what you have instead of focusing on what you don't have and fighting over that sentiment all the time, right? And fighting over that you don't have love, you don't have somebody who loves you, or that somebody is, a relationship is disbalanced, the cup is leaking. So you don't have that. Let's put it that way. You don't have that. So your choice, you can either sit in that state of affairs, Taurus, and cry over it and feel bad about it, don't tell anybody, or you can change your understanding. You can change your attentions, how you refocus yourself for your personal well-being. Something that works for you, something that, brings you back into focus, something that you apply your brains into, or you apply your self into. That could be work related, that could be something that you like to do, a hobby, anything, but something that is completely pushing you out of this negative situation into something more positive, right? Something that brings back something that you love doing, your courage. But you need a lot of courage to feel that. Something that empowers your emotions, something that is empowering you, something that you want to do in your life. That could be, again, business related, some kind of a hobby, some kind of a skill, something that makes you feel happy, something that you want to engage yourself in, right? And with the Six of Cups, there is definitely some kind of a connection in here that you possibly will have or you already have, which will help you to refocus and rejuvenate your sense of well-being, right? Because with the moon in the reverse, let's see here. Please talk to me about the moon in the reverse. See, the moon is the full moon, right? This was all about the full moon in Taurus that we had a few, like I said, a few days back. I think it was towards the end of October, around the 28th, I would say. 27th, 28th of October, depending on your time zone, okay? So that's what Spirit is saying, that don't get stuck in that energy, guys. I mean, think positively. Something that makes you more better. Something that makes you feel better. Something that makes you feel you're engaged in that situation. And you get a lot of satisfaction, a lot of courage, a lot of, good vibrations, a lot of love, a lot of compassion that somebody can give you, or you probably have and yet you're not using it, right? Now, over here, like I said, with the moon in the reverse, it's a full moon story that is going on in here. So with the moon in the reverse, let me put it like that. The moon is all about the subconscious state, never about the conscious, because the moon is where your subconscious is working over time. What you know to be true, and sometimes what you know to be true, you don't want to accept it because you fear to accept the truth, and yet you know the truth, but you're not accepting the truth. That's the moon in the upright. The moon in the reverse says it's time to clear your subconscious. What you know is the truth, accept it. Don't try to fight that story, right? Don't try to fight that story. So what is the moon in the reverse? The moon in the reverse is talking about the Ten of Pentacles in the reverse. So there is a loss of some situation in your life that you know is the truth. You're not being able to fight it anymore. You may have been fighting it. You may have been telling yourself, no, I have everything. I have family, I have love, I have money, I have inheritance, I have everything. Because the Ten of Pentacles in the reverse says that you know that you don't have it. So it's time to face it. You have to face your reality. Do not try to keep that reality away from yourself, right? And this is where the Princess of Swords upright is telling you, clear yourself, clear your psychology. Over this Ten of Pentacles in the reverse, let's see that. Hold on. Please talk to me about the Ten of Pentacles in the reverse. So something that you know is the truth and you're not accepting it, it's time for you to accept the truth and move forward. Okay? All right. So here it is. So the Princess of Swords upright with the moon in the reverse says that it's time, like I said, it's time to accept that situation that you don't have it on. So there is a disbalance for some in your family life, for some with your money, with your finances that you had in your life, that you had probably inherited or you had saved up as a part of your retirement plan for some. There is decrease in that situation. But you have to accept the truth, right? That you don't have it all. Let's put it that way. Okay. So with the Ten of Pentacles in the reverse, the Princess of Wands in the reverse says that you are not taking action over this situation. You are not voicing it out. You're not accepting it, maybe still trying to fight that story in your life, telling yourself or kind of making a make-believe world that you have, right? Where you believe that you have everything, but reality is telling you, your subconscious reality is telling you you don't have it, but outside you are showing that you have it all. Let's put it that way. Like I said right in the beginning, that there is a lot of pretense, undercover kind of an operation that you are involved in at this point, Taurus, where reality is something, but to the outside world, you're showing something else. And that is like a huge distorted or distortion of your energy cycle. So with the Princess of Wands in the reverse, somebody is either stopping you from moving forward or telling you do not talk about it. Somebody could be advising you do not talk about it. That you don't have it all, don't let it out. Keep it under covers. Don't take any action, because the moment you take action over it, people will know about it, and that will not be good for you. So it's a very negative kind of an energy that's telling you don't push it further. Don't show it. Don't open the can of worms at this point, right? Which is where the Queen of Wands is telling you, you can do it. You have to take inspired action. You cannot keep this under cover. That you're showing the world something and yet you know the truth yourself, but you're feigning ignorance in front of the world. It could be in front of the world, it could be in front of your family, in front of your friends, in front of the social circle, whoever that could be. It also could be a personal distortion in your life, a personal problem, or it could also mean a professional. But your professional problem could also become your personal, because if you're not doing well professionally, for some of you, your Ten of Pentacles in the reverse clearly shows that your energy or your losses is directly linked with your earnings, which is draining your own personal savings. Because you're not bringing in enough money professionally to carry that Ten of Pentacles in the rightful way, to make things happen in the rightful way within your own boundaries of family, friends, relatives, everything. So there is a drain from, it could be a drain from your personal savings that you are not, that somebody is telling you, don't tell the world. Whereas Princess of Sword in the upright is telling you, you should make that evidently very clear. But somebody is saying, no. It also could be that. Somebody is advising you, don't open that can of worms. But the Queen of Wands upright is telling you, it's time to take action. It's time to take inspired action over this situation in your life. Okay? With the Empress in the reverse, it says that you're not being able to do that because you definitely have a creative block. You don't know how to do it. You're not being able to internalize the situation as to how you want to take action or do this situation right. Please talk to me about the Empress in the reverse. Yeah, okay. Yeah. All right. So what it is saying, guys, is that you are not participating in making things work for yourself. That also can be a part of it. You're not taking adequate action. You want to because the Queen of Wands is here, okay? Hold on for a second here, guys. Let me check with the Queen of Wands here. Please talk to me about the Queen of Wands here. Yeah, there you go. Okay, so or it also could be because, see, with the Queen of Wands, like I said, that somebody is telling you do not take action. It also could be somebody in the Queen of Wands energy, or it could be you who wants to take action, but you're not being able to take action, or you're not moving right now. Why? Because the Prince of Pentacles in the reverse. So the Queen of Wands could be somebody in your life is suggesting that do not take action until you know what you're doing. Do not move in that direction of opening up the can of worms until you're pretty clear that you can make things work. Right? With the Empress in the reverse, you have the King of Pentacles in the reverse, which clearly tells me that you're not prepared for the story right now. You're not confident to move. You're not confident to move. You do not have enough money. You do not have enough stability, financial stability, material stability. At this point, with the Three of Pentacles in the reverse, says that you also lack a teamwork. You also lack a teamwork, or for some, you are wrongfully attached. Taurus, hear me out. Or for some, you're wrongfully attached with people who are not a part of your team. But you are with them because you think they have money and wealth to support you. But they are not a part of your team because there is a lack of teamwork here, right? Which is where the Nine of Wands in the reverse clearly says that you are not being very resilient, or you will not be very resilient about this situation, because this situation, if you do not act upon it, could tire you out. And you could be tired about this, which in turn, with the Temperance in the reverse, it's telling me that you could feel extremely drained and tired and frustrated if you do not take action over this complete situation in your life. Okay. Now, so clearly there is some kind of stability and money disorder, or there is a lot of drain on your finances that you know it's the truth, but yet you're not ready to accept and open up that situation with somebody in your life, or with outsiders, or with your family members, or whosoever it is. So here it is. Let me just go back. So somebody in the Queen of Wands energy, that could be you, is telling yourself that you do want to take action, but you're not taking action right away. Why? Because you're not very clear. You have not internalized the whole situation as yet. What to do, how to do it. What to say, how to say it. Or how do you recover from that situation? You have not really internalized upon that situation as of now. As of now. Why? King of Pentacles in the reverse says that you could be, like I said, you could be very not very confident within yourself that you can manage this thing by yourself alone, or you lack a teamwork. That's where you're not feeling confident that even if you move forward, you will not get the support of people. Or for some, you're wrongfully attached to people who you think have money and can support you, yet they are not a part of your team. They are not going to be of any help. So this is where you will feel frustrated, drained energetically, and you will lose your strength if you keep doing this story and hiding things behind a facade. Okay. The Three of Wands over here says it's time for you to open up this can of worms. This is all a part of your restriction that you are facing at this point in time, Taurus. Please talk to me about the Three of Wands. It's time to discuss it with people. Think beyond the box. Get over your restrictions that you have because of what? Because if you do not take action, because like I said, you're all pretending, more so is the word I'm going to use here, because what I see is what I tell you, and you know me very well. So if you keep doing that, it's going to only drain you and make you feel frustrated, because it's all internalized. It's all within you, but you have not internalized how to act upon it. But it's all within you, and that's where your mind is broken. You're feeling very sad and dejected, in apathy, in boredom, because you do not know how to act on it, you see? But if you keep repeating this cycle without clearing up the whole story, this is not going to help you. That's what Spirit is saying here. So the Three of Wands is suggesting, or Spirit is saying, it's time for you to lift your restriction and take action. Because the Two of Wands is in the reverse, because you are still not acting, you're not initiating any action, guys. You know, like I said, you're not taking action. Because you're very insecure. You're insecure about money, you're insecure about teamwork, you're insecure about your finances, your family life, your relationship. That is not helping you. There is a lot of insecurity at this point in time that is playing in this energy field for you. So time to open up. Three of Wands, Two of Wands in the reverse is telling me, guys, that you have to initiate action, otherwise your door is closed. Right? Which is the Two of Pentacles in the reverse is saying this is not going to help you. You have to bring back a balance of your well-being. And in order for you to bring back a balance of your well-being, you need to take action. Please talk to me about the Two of Wands in the reverse. If you definitely want to do it, like I told you, you do not know how to act upon it. That's the problem, guys. Yeah, see? So what is happening in the energies field? Look at this. If you do not work on your well-being, you know this is not a situation that is going to help you, because again, the Two of Pentacles in the reverse and the Two of Wands in the reverse, you're not taking any decision towards your well-being. You're not initiating any kind of plan or action that will make you feel better, that will bring back a balance of your own situation in yourself, in your life. The Five of Swords in the reverse is saying there is, and if you do not do that, you will be left with a lot of regret and repentance in your life. King of Wands says it's time for some kind of an initiation. It's time for some kind of a plan and action in your life. Princess of Wands in the reverse is saying that otherwise this energy is not going to help you. What is the energy? You're not taking any bold action. You are in and out. You want to do it, you don't want to do it. You're thinking about it, you're backing off. Again, you're thinking, you're backing off. This is not going to help you. You see? Somewhere you have to tell yourself, final call. Right? Otherwise, you will keep jumping in and out. And this is very, very jittery, very incompetent kind of an energy of a person who does not know what they have to do. They are not sure of anything in their life. At one point, they are saying yes to something. The second moment, they're like, no, I can't do it. So if you do not, this is a very, because you see, you may have a lot of regret in your life, Taurus. We all have regrets, okay, from the past. We do have a lot of repentance from the past. Had we done this right, we would not have been at this point. Had we done that right, we would not have seen the light of this day. You know, those kind of regretful situations that happens in people. But if you keep that regret in yourself and you do not take action, what is happening is you are stuck. And you are feeling bad, you're feeling jittery, you want to do it, you are in and out of that energy, and yet you're not doing it because you feel that if you do this, you will be left with a lot of regret in your life. That is also a part, takes you back here. It's also a part of your insecure decisions in life, Taurus. You see? Please talk to me about the Princess of Pentacles in the reverse. What you're trying to do today, Taurus, according to your understanding, it's not helping you guys. You have to initiate the right choice. We all have choices in life. We all have decisions in life to make. But it all depends on what kind of choice and decisions you accept for yourself. You see? It could be a right, okay, look at it this way. It could be a right decision, it could be a wrong decision. But if you do not take that leap of faith, how would you know whether it was good or bad? Life is all about gamble. But if you do not take that leap of faith, you will never know the reality. And you take responsibility, like I always tell. You take responsibility for your action, because nothing that you are doing is intentional. It could go either way. You don't mean to hurt anybody intentionally. You don't mean to upset anybody intentionally. You don't mean to be rude or crude with anyone intentionally. You don't mean to be selfish intentionally. But in life, at times, you have to think about your well-being, right? For which you have to take a leap of faith. So if you keep jumping in and out of your decision-making abilities, you will never be able to be decisive. And if you are never able to decide, then what happens? You want to do it, you don't want to do it. Can I do it? Can I not do it? You're always at a crossroad. That's where Spirit is saying that initiate action. Otherwise, you will never be able to move from this situation. And you will never be able to feel good if you do not take a rightful decision, whether good or bad, leave it. Don't worry about that. But you know in your mind, your intuition is telling you what is good, what is bad. Accept that, trust it, and take a leap of faith. towards that. If you do not do it, then this is where you're stuck in apathy, boredom, in agony and pain. Now, here we go, guys. So, somebody over here, again, like I said, Pentacles, Princess of Pentacles in the reverse is saying you have been immatured. You have not been wise. About what? The Ten of Swords in the reverse, about submission, acceptance, letting it all go. Letting it all go. You have not been wise about situations in your life where things have not worked for you, yet you have been sticking with it. You have been immature about letting things go, relieving yourself, releasing your mind, your body, making yourself feel better. This is where the Fool upright says, time to take a leap of faith. You have to believe and trust that you can let things go. And you need to let things go, guys. You need to let things go. Please talk to me about the Ten of Swords here in the reverse. So with the Ten of Swords in the reverse and the Princess of Pentacles in the reverse, it's telling you that somebody could be telling you, or you may be feeling that, you have been immaturely hanging on to a situation in your life that only created more troubles and you have not been able to let it go. So it's time for you to start fresh. Accept situations, to let things go. Very important. What is it? The Queen of Pentacles, that's your card, right? You have it all. You probably have a lot of things within your domain, right? But you could be, as the King of Pentacles in the reverse, you could be feeling not very confident about your own situation. That could be monetary situation, that could be business situation, that could be a home situation, could be a marital life situation where you could be married with somebody and you're holding a status or a position of some importance in your life. The Sun in the reverse says you are keeping things under cover. You're keeping things under cover. You're not letting it out. The Chariot tells you time to take action. Time to get back your grit and determination over your own emotions that you are hiding in your life from some situation, from something that you are not telling the world or you're not showing it. Time to take control of your own wheel, of your own vehicle, of your own life, right? With the Princess of Cups in the reverse is saying that you don't know if you can do it because you feel that it might make you feel sad or you might lose out on a lot that you have, emotionally more so. You're thinking that if you take action to let things out over some situation and start fresh in your life, that you could be also, for some, it also could be that you're hiding some situation who is of importance in your life, about somebody in your life, you're hiding, but you are personally attached to that person, or you're married to that person, or you are engaged with that person in a professional way, who has a lot of money, or who has a business, Can be anything for anyone. But you're hiding somebody or you're hiding your own situation from something. It also can mean that, because this is a card of Taurus. Let's look at the Queen of Pentacles. Please talk to me about the Queen of Pentacles here. Yeah, you definitely have a partnership with somebody in your life. Okay, here it is. All right, Taurus. Holy Lord, guys. So you could feel that you are being immature, or somebody could be telling you that you have been immature to hold on to a situation that is not bringing you any kind of happiness, and it's causing you a lot of pain. But it's time for you to accept that situation, to let it go. To let it go. Or you accept the situation and start fresh. That yes, I have made a mistake in my life and I have to live with it. Either one. But you cannot be like, oh, I have not made a mistake, yet I'm suffering, yet I'm crying, yet I'm going through a hardship. You can't do that. Either you accept it, pretend, no pretense is required. You accept that you have made a mistake and you let it go and start fresh, right? And start fresh over that situation. Or start fresh with your life. It can mean anything, that you have made a mistake, so start fresh, let it go. Or accept it and live with it. Right? Why? Because you have the Queen of Pentacles. Now this Queen of Pentacles is somebody, I feel, not you more so, to be honest, is somebody, the Two of Cups, is somebody with whom you have some kind of a partnership here. It could be a professional or a personal partnership. You have built some kind of a relationship with somebody in your life with whom you are attached. The Death in the reverse says, and you're not moving from that situation. You're not changing this situation, or you're not ready to change this situation. So either you accept that you have made a mistake and submit to it, or you start fresh. So you have two choices here, basically. Either you live with it or you let it go. But this is somebody, or with somebody in your life with whom you have built a partnership of some kind. It could be a marital partnership, it could be a professional partnership, but it's somebody who is domineering, controlling as well with their money and with their finances. They are very focused on their money aspect in life. It could be that energy as well with whom you have built a partnership, like I said, a professional or personal partnership, but you're not changing that situation, or you haven't been able to change it. So either you accept that person as that person is and you live with it, or you let that situation go and start fresh. You see what I'm saying? But you're keeping things under cover and you're not feeling good about it. You see? You're not feeling good about it. The Sun in the reverse is telling me that you're keeping the whole situation under cover, but you're not feeling good about it within yourself. Even though you have a partnership, that you are not willfully changing at this point, or not willfully moving from that partnership, you see. So here it is. The Chariot says, the Chariot upright is telling me that Spirit is saying that you need to take control of your emotions, because somewhere your emotion is playing havoc with you at this point, Taurus, after the full moon. Right? But the Princess of Cups in the reverse is saying that you could be feeling very negative about taking control of your situation, of your emotions right now, because you fear that you're going to lose a lot emotionally if you take your emotions in control and ignore other people's emotions. That could be another problem with you that you are not seeing clearly, or somebody could be telling you who is emotionally very matured, could be telling you, don't do it. Don't take control of your emotions at this point. Let things be the way it is. So either you accept it and live with the story, or you let it go. But somebody is not leaving you at this point. Somebody is not, even though you want to perhaps move, Taurus, you're not being able to move right away because somebody is blocking you, or maybe it is you who is feeling guilty about this whole situation, and you do not want to override or hurt somebody's feelings. You see what's happening? But what is happening is, this is what you are feeling is a feeling, right? Let me tell you. What you're feeling is a feeling, but what you're not seeing eventually is it's a kind of very immature emotional output at this point you have. Okay? That you don't want to hurt somebody, or you don't feel like hurting somebody's uh, emotions because you lack that courage to hurt somebody at this point. But that's emotional immaturity because you're not looking after yourself. So this again takes us back right to point A, where this is your boredom. This is your insecurity, but you're not doing anything about, it's not, don't get me wrong, guys. It's not that you don't want to do anything about it, but you're feeling that if you do take action, emotional action, if you do show your determination and grit, then you're going to hurt somebody in the event, and you don't want to do that. You see what's happening here? So this is where it is. The Nine of Swords that I told you, right in the center of your reading, the Nine of Swords in the reverse is calling about a lot of guilt, a lot of anxiousness, a lot of bad stuff that you're trying to fight. Please talk to me about the Nine of Swords. You're trying to fight that situation. Yeah, right there. Thank you. Thank you, my spirit. Yeah. Wow. Okay. Hold on, guys. I'm going to do some more. The story is getting even more interesting here. Okay. So hopefully I have been able to deliver the message so far, which is again taking us back to point A and point B here. Okay. That's where your mind is broken because you are caught in between. Can I do it? Can I not do it? If I do it, this happens. But if I don't do it, I'm not happy either. So help me, Lord. Right? So here is the fight. Here is the fight over the whole situation here within yourself. And the fight is all about the devil. This is the dark side of your energy. This is your subconscious story. This is your wrongful attachment that you have, Taurus, yet you are not doing anything about it. The devil is clear, upright, showing up in your reading right in the center of your story. You see? The devil with the Ace of Wands in the reverse is clearly saying you lack a lot of guidance, you're not getting enough inspiration at this point. Justice in the reverse is saying, and this is an unfair deal that is happening with you at this point in time. It's an unfair situation in your life. Karma is not supporting your story at this point, Taurus, because you're not taking enough action to support your own situation. That's why karma is not supporting you either, and is holding you in the grips of the dark energy here, of the devil. And this fight is on. Your sleep is disturbed, your health is disturbed, your well being is disturbed, right? The Three of Cups in the reverse could be a third party situation. Who is involved here? Could be your family members, could be your friends, could be your relatives, could be your colleagues, could be anything. Some third party situation could be involved in here. Hold on, guys. Please talk to me about the Three of Cups in the reverse. Yeah, okay. All right. Hold on. Yeah, okay. Here it is. Gosh. Okay, guys. Hold on. All right. So, as I told you, so you're fighting. Your mind is constantly very clouded, very in despair, very anxious. Some of you could be having sleepless nights at this point. Let me warn you in advance, because you're not happy about a lot of things, but at the same time, like I said, karma is not supporting your action right now. The way you're going about, you're not getting enough support from karmic justice. Okay. They're not getting support at all. And that's what Spirit is saying. If you continue doing this, you won't get support. So fight, sink or swim. Fight it or submit to it. You don't get anything else at this point. Fight it or submit to it. Sink or swim at this point, because this situation is not good. Let me put it that way. And what is the situation about? The Three of Cups in the reverse. And the Three of Cups in the reverse usually talks about third-party situation that can be involved in your life at this point. Somebody who is an outsider, could be friends, could be family, could be strangers, could be relatives, could be anybody. But there is a third-party situation, the Hierophant in the reverse, with whom probably you want to break away from a situation, a commitment in your life, let me put it that way, but we are not being able to do it because of a third party situation at this point. This is where the wheel is in the reverse right now, because you're not being able to override some kind of a third party situation in your life who is involved, or people who are involved. So even though you could be a rebel, you could be defying their values, whatever they are telling you, you could be saying no to that because you do not believe what they are telling you at this point. You're not agreeing to what they believe that you should do and how you should do things. But again, you're not being able to move even with that kind, because the wheel is in the reverse. So destiny at this point is not letting you move, because justice is in the reverse. Like I told you, karmic justice is in the reverse. So however, whatever way you do and act at this point, until you take the right action, the right call to this whole situation, and stop pretending that you're all okay, things will not move for you guys. So either you sink or swim. Either you take that leap of faith to let it go, or you stay in that situation. So even if you defy other people's ideas and belief, it's not going to help you move. You could be fighting with that. You could be arguing with that, with their sense of belief that this is how a commitment works, this is how a relationship works, this is how a situation works, or this is how a business works, this is how a family works. You could be disagreeing to that at this point, because you're frustrated inside of you, Taurus. You do not want to accept what other people are telling you, and you could be internally fighting that situation, or even externally, you could be voicing out and telling them, I don't believe you, or I don't agree with you. That's your belief, that's your ideas, not my belief, not my ideas. That's a change of your own status quo. But at this point, even with that kind of an energy, you're not being able to change your destiny. Because, like I said, justice is holding you. I mean, injustice is still here. So, justice is not letting you move. So, Seven of Wands in the reverse. And therefore, even if you fight with your destiny at this point in time, you will not be able to move too far ahead. You see, that's where the Tower is in the reverse, right? That's where the Tower is in the reverse, where things are not where. Let's see the Tower in the reverse here. Yeah, okay. So, like I said, even if you fight with your destiny, let's put it that way. Even if you fight with your destiny at this point in time, guys, you won't be able to change anything much. Right? You won't be able to change anything much because Tower is in the reverse right here. You see? So what you can do is the Eight of Swords in the reverse. What you can do is change your own perspective in life. You see? The Seven of Swords. Of what you have done wrong. You could have been sneaky. You could have lied for some. For others, you could have avoided taking responsibilities in your life. So if you open your mind, you can see yourself clearly of all the misdoings and the wrongdoings that has happened or occurred because you haven't taken responsibility for your actions. Seven of Pentacles in the reverse says, until that happens, you won't get any result. Until you can accept clearly about your own situation in life, that yes, I have done things wrong, I accept my responsibility, I take accountability for my action, because justice in the reverse clearly says you are not taking accountability for your actions. You see how things are? Wow, even I'm amazed. You have not taken accountability for your actions. You have been stuck on the wrong dark side of your attachment, your restrictions, your limitations that you believed is true in your life. That you cannot do this, you cannot do that, you cannot eat non-veg, you cannot go, you cannot have a smoke, you cannot drink, you cannot go to a bar, whatever the restriction has been in your life that you have been attached with, where you haven't taken responsibility for your own actions. And that's where today you lack guidance, you lack inspiration, you lack courage, you see. Which again takes us back to point A and point B, where you are feeling insecure, bored, emotionally, completely, totally bad. So until you take responsibility for your action, even if you fight with your other people, with people that are there, your third party, whatever the situation, even if you kind of fight their ideas, their belief towards you, it's not going to help you. You cannot move your destiny because, like I said, until you realize Eight of Swords in the reverse, until you realize what you have done wrong, things will not move. Until you change yourself, Taurus, you will not get any result whatsoever. Hermit in the reverse says, withdraw. Please talk to me about the Hermit in the reverse. Withdraw. Withdraw. Do not sit in that situation. Withdraw from what? The Four of Wands in the reverse. Withdraw from situation that is not in accordance to what you want in your life, materially, financially, passion, emotions, restrictions, whatever that you have had. Withdraw from your restriction that is stopping your growth in life, Taurus. And what have you got attached with? Like I said, I told the whole story. But withdraw from what? Withdraw from any kind of restriction that is limiting your growth of your own soul and your own self. And that restriction is directly attached with your safety, security, your marriage, your family, your network. Your network could be social network, financial network, any kind of bad network, people, any kind of bad network that is affecting your stability and growth in your life. The Ace of Swords in the reverse, but at this point, it's difficult because you're not understanding the situation. You're not getting that poop epiphany, the light bulb. You're not getting as of now. Or it could mean that you could become very harsh and crude and rude about this whole situation because it is not in accordance to what you want in your life, and yet you're stuck in there for some. So withdraw from that situation. Do not try to fight that situation right now in your life, because you're not going to go anywhere even if you fight it. You see? Hangman in the reverse, that's what I told you. So you know it all. You understand it. Okay, let me put it that way. You understand it. You're not completely unaware of the situation. You know the whole story, Taurus. But like I told you, you're not doing anything about it. Or you feel that you cannot do anything about it. So, Five of Pentacles. So what is happening in return is you're feeling victimized. You're slowly but surely moving into a victim mentality. A lack of mentality. You are feeling very unwell. You're not feeling happy. Your health, your money, your emotions, your spiritual part of the story is all under attack. All under attack. Why? Why? The Queen of Swords in the reverse. Because you're very bitter, Taurus. You're very bitter about situations in life at this point in time. Let me put it that way. You're very bitter. You probably have a lot of regret, a lot of repentance, like I told you before. And you have not acted upon it, but you do not know how to act upon it. Or you want to act upon it, you're in and out of that energy, as I explained over here with the King of Wand and the Prince of Wand in the reverse. Or somebody is coming and saying, oh, at this point you can do this. The second moment that person is saying, no, scrap that idea, do this. Somebody could be in that energy for you as well. Not necessarily yourself, or it could be yourself, where you're not able to decide. Or somebody who is there in your life is very indecisive. They're confusing the crap out of you. You see? Somebody could be telling you, oh, do this, otherwise you will feel a lot of regret in your life if you don't hear me. The next moment that person comes and says, no, do that, or else you will be left with a lot of regret in your life. It can be you, it can be somebody, it doesn't matter. But whoever it is in your life is not giving you the right advice at this point, Taurus. So they are, like I said, they're confusing the crap out of you. So, what is happening with all the story here? It's leaving you very cold and bitter inside of you because you're not happy, you're not feeling good about the whole situation. Judgment in the reverse says you have ignored a lot of situations in your life that you could have done better with. You have taken wrong decisions, wrong actions with regard to the Ten of Wands in the reverse, with regards to whatever the burden or the responsibilities that you have in your life. You have taken wrong judgment calls, which today or coming days will leave you with a very cold and icy and bitter feeling because you lack a lot of things in your life within yourself that you feel you could have done better with before, because you have taken wrong decisions with the responsibilities that life had in store for you, Taurus. Please talk to me about this story here. Let's talk to me about this one here. This one wanted to come out here. Okay, let's put this one here. Yeah, you have possibly had opportunities in your life where you could have delegated responsibility to other people that you haven't done, Taurus. And today you are caught up with all the burdens and all the responsibilities, leaving you very cold, bitter, and crippled in your state of mind inside of you. Because you did not act the time that you could have acted upon. So today you're feeling that you're carrying excess baggage on your shoulder, and yet you're not being able to do anything about it, you see. So withdraw. Withdraw, even though it means that you will have to use harsh words against some situation in your life, but that can only mean that will help you to withdraw from any kind of conflict or instability in your life as well at this point in time, Taurus. Okay, let's see here. So the Two of Swords in the reverse is clearly talking about a situation, like I said, you are feigning ignorance. You think like I said, you're not showing the world that you know it all. You're not talking about it. You're disregarding the fact. You're not paying attention to it. And you're not talking about it. The Six of Swords in the reverse, you're not talking about it. You're not letting it out. But here is it. The Prince of Swords upright is saying you need to open up and talk. Open up and talk. Whatever that is within you, where you have kept it all shut and closed and sealed tight at the bottom of the casket, and you have not opened up your mouth. You have not been honest about this situation in your life, Taurus. You have not said a word, okay, about the whole situation that is carrying on with your top A and top B part of the story. So the Prince of Swords upright says you need to open up and talk. Be honest about it. Do not keep the lid shut. The moment you keep the lid shut, it's shut. That's it. Done. You're sitting there in that victim mentality. You see here, feeling cold, crippled, and icy and bitter about life in general. Because now you know why, because you have ignored other people's ideas when they had told you that do not carry all the responsibility on your shoulder, maybe delegate something so that it doesn't all come on your back. But you probably did not hear that. So now you need to open up and talk about what? The Six of Pentacles in the reverse, that you have an unequal give and share part of the story in your life. Somebody is not doing their part of the work properly, or their whatever you have given, you're not getting it back. Maybe you have loaned money to somebody. Maybe you have given more than that person deserves in their life, yet you're not getting back that amount. Maybe that loan amount is not coming back to you. Or some of you could be in debt at this point because of this situation where you have given in excess and you're not getting back this result. You're not getting back even a quarter of what you have given. Forget about it, half. Half is equal, give and take. Maybe not even a quarter is coming to you at this point. And this cycle with the world in the reverse says it's continuing. It's continuing at this point. So until you open up and say the truth, you will not get, this cycle will not close for you. Seven of Cups in the reverse. Why? Because you have been delusional about situations in your life, right? I told you that in the moment. What about it? What is a delusional? Nine of Cups. You have been delusional that if you give more than what you deserve, or what they deserve, or you give more than what you have, or whatever you have, you give it all, you will get your wish fulfilled. You have been delusional. Taurus, wake up, guys. What's wrong with y'all? You have been delusional about your wish fulfillment. You felt that if you give more than need be to people, or to your family, to your friends, to your relatives, to your children, to your co-worker, to your business opportunity, to your job opportunity, you get back. No, that cycle is not going to close until you say what you have in your mind. Until you open up and say, hey, listen, this is not working for me. I'm not going to do this anymore. That's it. Enough. Call it quits. I'm not taking this crap anymore. Until you have the guts to do it, this cycle will be on. And you have been delusional about your own wish. That you give to people, you get back. No, you give in equal quantity, you get back in equal quantity. It's half and half. Right? And this is the Five of Cups. This is where today you will be feeling completely disappointed with your own delusional part of the story, Taurus. Star in the reverse says it's going to pull you down. The moment you realize where you have gone wrong. You see? Oops. The Nine of Pentacles in the reverse, guys, says you have already, like I told you right in the beginning, a lot of money has been spent. Some of you could have been attached materially to a lot of greed and you have overspent and you're not getting it back. Because you felt that if you give it all, you will get it all. And what will you get? Your emotional fulfillment. But today you're being dejected, disappointed, regretful about your decision that what you thought would be true is wrong today. And that is going to pull you down a lot the moment your realization surfaces about this situation, guys. Three of Swords, a lot of pain. Lot of learning lesson at this point with regards, and it will appear with your story. This is all happening. Universe wants you to learn a story or wants you to learn a lesson, but it is a lesson. It is a lesson. Eight of Cups in the reverse, that you will not be able to abandon. You will not be able to leave it so easily. The learning lessons will come to you in full force, Taurus, or will come to you, or has come to you, or is coming to you. Please talk to me about the Three of Swords here. That's really sad, guys. I'm sorry to say that, but it is what it is. Okay, hold on. All right, okay. So what is the learning lesson? Here it is. Okay, give me a second to channel this energy, because like I said, universe is not letting you go so easily with the learning lesson. They will hold you in their grips. That's why destiny is not allowing you to move. The wheel is not turning. Injustice, you have not taken responsibility for your own actions. You're not being able to go anywhere at this point. Why? Because the learning lesson is right here. Magician in the reverse. You may not believe it, but it's true. You may disown it and say, oh, no. This is not a learning lesson. This is just a part of life. Whatever is happening, so be it. You may not believe it. Or your mind is refusing to believe that you will be going through a lot of learning lesson in your life. Eight of Wands. And you want to take action because you do not want to believe it. But universe is saying you cannot move. You cannot move. You cannot take any action just because you do not believe it. You're still stuck here, guys. I could say, oh, I don't believe that. That's not happening to me. That's all a facade. That's all a game. That's all bullshit. Let me put it in very right words if I can make myself more vocal. And you are saying to yourself, or somebody could be telling you, oh, no, don't believe in that. It's all bullshit. This is no learning lesson. You're okay. So you could be telling yourself that I don't believe it. I can move whenever I want to, or I can do whatever I have to do. But I don't believe. But universe is saying, no, you're stuck here, right in front of you. Eight of Cups in the reverse and Three of Swords. You're stuck with the learning lesson, Taurus, and I'm sorry to deliver this message, but it is the truth. Until you learn the learning lesson, you will not be able to move. And what is the Three of Swords all about? Okay, let's clarify that. What is the Three of Swords all about? The Emperor in the reverse. Because, you see, the Empress in the reverse and the Emperor in the reverse. We had the Empress in the reverse before, and the Empress in the reverse too. The Emperor and the Empress are two energies. The Empress is the energy of somebody who internalizes the whole situation, knows what they want, and the Emperor is the one who makes that happen in the outside world. In your reading, both the stories are in the reverse. Both are closed off. No one is doing anything. There is a lack of creative action. There is a lack of abundance. There is a lack of fertility, growth, money in your life at this point. Why? Because you have not manifested the outside action in the right way. You have been cold. You have been inflexible, unwise with your decisions in your life. The Prince of Cups. With your sentiments, with your emotions. You have been inflexible. Whatever you thought was right for you, wherever you wanted to shower your affections, you have showered your affections without thinking. The Queen of Cups in the reverse. Over because you have been emotionally insecure. So you have gone and showered your affection. You have not taken the right call. You see? You have not acted out in the world in the right way. You have been very unwise, very inflexible about your decision in your life, or your father. You could have been somebody in your life, or you are somebody in your life where you could have seen a father figure who has done exactly the same thing, where they have gone and showered their affection over somebody because they have been emotionally matured about their own story, or they have been emotionally insecure about their own story. So it could be you, or it could have been somebody in your life who you have seen have acted in this way. Five of Wands in the reverse. And this is putting you through a lot of internal and external conflicts. More so internal conflict, I would say. More so internal conflict, because you have seen something for some of you, or you have done something you know where you should not have done that. So now you do not know what you should do about this whole situation, you see. And it's a very internalized conflict situation where you're not saying that to anybody, but it's there within you. You could have seen, like I told you, it could have been your father who could have done this, or it could have been somebody in your life who was like a father figure where you have seen them do this because they have been emotionally insecure about their own situation, or you have done the same thing and now you are regretting the whole situation, but you are not being able to vocalize it. But you are constantly battling your own internal energy over this situation here. The Ace of Pentacles says there could be a turning point in your story, a new point that's coming up, a new opening that's coming up. The High Priestess in the reverse says, but you're not telling anyone at this point in time, or you will not be saying this loud and clear. It's all within you. You want a new opening in your life, Taurus. You want to go out of this whole situation. You want something fresh. You want a new start to your life. You want a new prosperity to start blossoming in your life, but you are not expressing that. It's all very much within you, and you do not know if it's going to happen. So what's happening is you are at this point in a very low vibrational energy, because you do not know if this whole situation can take a new direction in your life. Enjoy this reading, guys. Leave me with your comments, but please work right and do things right for you to get the right result. Thank you. God bless. Goodbye.